You're watching Unrelenting Gaming. This is Beerus, the god of destruction. Make sure you subscribe to Unrelenting Gaming and push the like button for me, or else I'll hakai you from existence. Oh, and to make sure to watch the entire video all the way through. And to follow Unrelenting Gaming on both Instagram and Twitter. Whiz, enough. On to the video.
With Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 92.
Where you at, baby? Come on now. Load up.
Who now officially in the history books, the mystery behind the Red Ribbon Army now continued to unravel following Gamma 2's sneak attack on an unsuspecting Piccolo, as with the manga now geared towards further exploring the context behind the coming battles involving the androids and our heroes. The million-dollar question now going forward becomes, at what point are we expected to see our heroes confront and battle both Gammas and Cell Max, and how different are these events going to be when compared to the overall product that was of the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie? As a quick reminder before we go deeper into this video, if you just so happen to be new to the channel and have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then I do encourage you guys to go on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single video posted on the channel, as well as giving this video a big fat thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you simply enjoyed the content being shown within the Dragon Ball Super manga and are excited to see what the overall direction of Dragon Ball Super is going to be going forward. And if you would like to learn more and catch up on the previous Dragon Ball Super manga chapters, then be sure to go ahead and click down below in the description box in checking out the official Dragon Ball Super manga playlist, to where not only would you be able to catch up on all of the previous manga chapters that you guys may have missed, but you could also check out some of the previous moments that have unfolded and which had brought us to this very moment in time. So with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your time, thank you all so much for your support, and now let's dive straight into the video. As we kick off Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 92 with a very intense stare down involving both Gamma 2 and Piccolo, as with Gamma 2 now beginning to reveal a bit more of his personality by from there being shown turning his shoulder, it was just upon with Piccolo now being shown spotting the red ribbon symbol that was on Gamma 2's left arm, where Piccolo went on to comment, "I remember that symbol back when I was a god. It's the mark of the Red Ribbon Army." Huh? Oh, oopsie, Gamma 2 says. Well, looks like the jig is up. Wait, you are a god? Huh, tell me more. Why should I? Piccolo responds. Do your homework next time, with Gamma 2 responding, huh, not in a sharing mood, huh? I can't sense your ki, which means that you are a robot or maybe an android. Who created you? Dang, you figured out that much? Gamma 2 asks. Well, good for you, I guess. But that's classified info too, with Piccolo responding, well, are you seriously here to fight me? Yep, today was supposed to be a basic trial run for me, but change of plans, cause you gotta bite the dust, you see? So don't hold back against me, okay? Orders are orders, with Piccolo responding, let's get this over with then. To which, as soon as Gamma 2 was the first between them to be shown from here on making the first move on Piccolo, that was when their battle had then quickly resumed just as it was seen in the movie, only this time instead of having the outcome favor Gamma 2 in this scenario, it instead ends up favoring Piccolo, because as soon as Gamma 2 went for a punch in aiming to take Piccolo's head off, Piccolo ended up quickly ducking on under and using his cape as a means of a distraction to throw Gamma 2 off his game, before quickly having to follow up by taking advantage of the situation by from there being shown having to punch Gamma 2 in the stomach, as this was now becoming very clear to Gamma 2 that by no means was this fight going to be an easy one for him, because the second Piccolo from there was now shown having to kick Gamma 2 away, you can even now begin to see the expression that was bestowed upon Gamma 2's face, because Gamma 2 was not expecting for any of this to happen, let alone in even having any of this solely come from Piccolo of all people, to which the moment Gamma 2 was shown having to hit the rocks below and from that point now shown jumping on back, Gamma 2's entire demeanor had now changed, as he was now looking to bring the fight right back at Piccolo, as he not only made his way in smashing right into Piccolo's stomach, but we from there begin to see the similarities to that of the film, as Gamma 2 went on to flip on backwards and kicking Piccolo right back down onto the ground. It would only from that point then be safe to say that neither character was expecting from any of this to happen come from the other, but even despite Piccolo's body being shown crashing through the landscape before having to maintain balance, Piccolo from that point then began to understand more as to what he was about to get himself into, especially against this unknown android. So upon now being shown having to rub his chin and looking on up to address Gamma 2, that was when Piccolo went on to respond, oh, he's not sustaining damage. He must be an android after all. Now I gotta say, Gamma 2 chimes in, I thought you'd put up a decent fight, but this is kind of a letdown. And boy, was Piccolo now beginning to get serious, because upon Piccolo now shown tearing off his cape and making his way right back at Gamma 2, Piccolo now slowly but surely began to understand the threat level that was of Gamma 2 as he was fighting him, because you can even see that even with the intention that Piccolo had in tearing Gamma 2 apart, Gamma 2 was effortlessly shown having to avoid each and every single one of Piccolo's attacks, in which from that point had only then prompted Piccolo in getting even angrier than how he was before, because upon Piccolo once again now shown successfully kicking Gamma 2 away, Gamma 2 had now resorted in drawing forth his gun in making sure that he was going to use this as a means of taking Piccolo down, to which the second Gamma 2 was now shown taking aim in making sure that he was going to strategically get Piccolo at the right moment. The second Gamma 2 from there was shown pulling the trigger and successfully now shown connecting a solid shot on Piccolo's arm, and from that point even being shown blowing his entire right arm away. Gamma 2 from there had now realized this, as he kept on shooting Piccolo over and over and over again, even while having a smile on his face. But what Gamma 2 was not expecting to happen was to have Piccolo be shown having to extend his arm through the smoke and grabbing Gamma 2 by the neck, and from that point having Gamma 2's body be shown getting dragged back as Piccolo went on to slam Gamma 2's body across the side of one of the mountains. This had only now proven to be successful enough briefly while Gamma 2's body was pinned, because upon Piccolo shown making his way back in and punching Gamma 2 square in the face, one would only assume that by this point Gamma 2 would be damaged at least slightly, but this was only now proven to be the case otherwise, because upon Gamma 2 now shown addressing Piccolo by smiling, Gamma 2 by no means looked as though he was in distress or hurt during this battle, as Gamma 2 went on to respond, I see, it could grow back then? Neato. Lesson learned. What, Piccolo says? As this was now bad, very bad in fact, because upon Gamma 2 shown knocking Piccolo away by kicking him, Gamma 2 immediately was now shown getting back on the offensive and attacking Piccolo over and over and over over again, before finally now being shown finding the openings that he needed and inflicting some serious damage upon Piccolo, because after kneeing Piccolo in the face before having to elbow him in the stomach, Piccolo had now tried once again in maintaining some kind of control in this fight, because what Piccolo tried to do right after was go after Gamma 2 as a means of blowing him away into a million pieces, but even this in and of itself was shown proving to be unsuccessful once again, which really went as far as to put Piccolo in a difficult situation, because it was just as Gamma 2 was shown escaping and making his way up in the air by adjusting his gun and getting ready to blast Piccolo from above, Gamma 2, now similar to the film, vowed that this was going to be it, because the second he went as far as to fire this shot right back down at Piccolo, Piccolo did not seem concerned by this, but rather instead anticipating this as the attack was shown making its way right down on him, because with a gigantic explosion scene and with Gamma 2 assuming the position that he had beaten Piccolo for good, it was just upon with Gamma 2 being shown having to check his data and analyzing the ground below, where Gamma 2 went on to comment, "Huh? Blasted away to zilch? Aw man, I wanted to see him dead just to be sure. Okay." In which upon Gamma 2 now being shown taking his leave with Piccolo watching, that was when Piccolo went on to comment, "I can't let him roam free. Oh, now where are you headed?" To which upon Gamma 2 now shown having to make his way back to the Red Ribbon HQ, we only then see the similarities to that of the film, as the events have transpired identically, with Piccolo shown following Gamma 2, to which upon further inspection you can now clearly see that Toyotaro emphasized on the details heavily in this chapter, because not only was the landscape heavily detailed along with the base itself, as there really wasn't any new or additional information that went into Piccolo having to discover this, because similar to that of the film, the moment Piccolo had managed to grab one of the guards and having to quickly be shown knocking him out and changing into one of the Red Ribbon outfits, it was just like we've seen be portrayed in the film, with Piccolo slowly moving his way around and trying to get down to the bottom of things, where inevitably enough Piccolo had finally now managed to get down to the bottom of things by finding his way to the main chamber of this location, to which upon Piccolo being shown arriving late and now standing side by side amongst the other soldiers, it was just upon with Piccolo now spotting not only Gamma 2 but now also Gamma 1, Dr. Hedo, Carmine, and Magetta, where Piccolo began to eavesdrop on their conversation, as Dr. Hedo went on to comment, "Oh, splendid work out there, Gamma 2. We saw the whole thing play out through your eyes," with Gamma 2 responding, "Oh, thank you, Dr. Hedo. You went overboard for a mere trial, number 2, Gamma 1 went on to respond. "Oh, bite me, number 1. "What? There's another one?" Piccolo went on to say to himself. "No, you showed good judgment," Hedo went on to respond, "but next time, remember to strike your pose both when you first appear and for the big finisher, okay? Not great if our cover is blown," Magenta says, with Hedo responding, "Well, that's only because you insisted on the red ribbon symbols. Did you confirm a corpse?" Gamma 1 asks. A corpse? Nah, there's no need. Dude got vaporized to atoms," Gamma 2 responds. "Oh, you lack vigilance," Gamma 1 says. "Oh, come on. You saw how it went down. Nobody could have survived that," Gamma 2 says. "Now watch closely," to which upon inspection we then see how indeed Gamma 2's assessment was in fact incorrect, as Gamma 2 responds, "Oh, well, that could be anything really." "Okay, Gamma 2, now suppose that was Piccolo," he says. "He could expose our operation to the enemy cabal." "No, listen, relax. We'll be fine. It's not like they could ever find this hidden base anyway. And if the secret does get out," Gamma 2 continues, "then we get to take down their nasty gang all at once." "Cabal? What cabal?" Piccolo went on to say to himself. "No, you're too careless," Gamma 1 chimes in. To which upon Carmine now being shown having to use his remote in spawning images of both Goku and Vegeta, that was when Carmine went on to then chime in by responding, "This is Son Goku, whom we've believed to be a mid-tier lieutenant." "Oh, funky hairdo," Gamma 2 says. "And this is Vegeta. Not foes to be trifled with." Of course, and then there's the horrific Majin Buu and Hercule, whose true strength exceeds us. "Now rest easy," Dr. Hedo says. "I've already proven that my masterpieces, the Gammas, are more than capable in combat. Even King Piccolo was easily dealt with, right, Gamma 2? "Yep," Gamma 2 shouts, "too easily." "It sucked," with Carmine responding, "We expected no less from the grandson of the genius Dr. Gero." "Yeah, well, I'm a mega genius, remember? Once my Gammas eradicate the entirety of that powerful, dastardly secret organization, starting with Bulma herself, it's only a matter of time before you can dominate this rotten world," Dr. Hedo continues. "Yeah, about that," Magenta chimes in. "When Cell Max going to be done and ready. Oh, Cell Max? Oh, well, a needless concern. The Gammas make Cell Max non-essential. Yeah, answer the question, Magenta says. To which upon Dr. Hedo now being shown turning his head and seeing Cell Max, that's when Dr. Hedo went on to ask, this fellow, huh? And Piccolo had a heart attack because this was the absolute last possible thing that Piccolo could have ever have hoped to see. As Magenta went on to continue, you said it was mostly done. Yeah, but he requires a bit more time, Dr. Hedo continues. Cell Max's body is largely complete, but the control program for his mind can't be rushed. Oh, listen, I've done enough waiting, Magenta went on to shout. Okay, let me just say this, Commander Magenta. Your patience will be rewarded with unimaginable power. I'm working on no less than exactly what you ordered, with Magenta responding, oh, well, it sounds like you ain't so fond of Cell Max. Maybe you would have finished it already if you weren't so obsessed with those Gammas. I admit, Hedo responds, I don't relish using Dr. Giro's plans as a blueprint, but I can assure you that I'm not dragging my feet. Cell is a type of android that requires a slow drip of special cells in order to grow, so naturally it's going to take some time. So instead of just complaining, you can instead commend me for creating the Gammas. An efficient use of the downtime, no? Oh, enough of that crap, Magenta went on to shout. I want Cell Max up and running now! Well, haste makes waste, Commander, Hedo went on to respond. This beast is a monster that far outclasses the previous Cell. All would be for naught if we were just to unleash him prematurely. Oh, is that so? Well, with no other way to control him, Cell Max would destroy every world that you hope to rule over, Hedo says. And in the meantime, allow the Gammas to dispose of the villains that threaten us. Only then can you activate Cell Max and reveal your might to the entire world at large. And I'm supposed to trust you on all of that, Magenta asks? No, but of course, with Piccolo shown slowly moving on back by saying to himself, this is so bad. In which outside, as soon as Piccolo was then shown having to communicate and reaching out to Bulma, that was when Bulma went on to then ask, oh, and what do I owe you the pleasure of, Piccolo? Hey, listen, is Vegeta there, Bulma? Well, no, he's with Lord Beerus. What a shocker, right? And Goku's with him? Well, gee, how could you have guessed, Bulma asks. Listen, don't you have a device for communicating or contacting Whis? Tell him to tell those two to get back here immediately. Why? What's wrong? Listen, I can't get into all of the details now, but we're staring down a new crisis. Oh, fine, I'll reach out, Bulma says. Great, thanks. Okay, there's no time to lose though. Oh, what can I do? We might be needing those sensu beans, Piccolo says, to which upon Piccolo now shown leaving, Piccolo from that point was then shown quickly making his way onto Korin's tower as Piccolo went on to tell Yajirobe and Korin, so you get the picture, right? Well, sounds like a really big deal, Yajirobe says. Uh-oh, Korin chimes in. Sorry, but we only have 2 left. Still, it's much appreciated, Piccolo responds. Oh, careful out there, Kami-sama. Hey, I'm not him anymore. Oh, right, Korin says. In which right before leaving with Piccolo shown contacting Bulma again, that was when Piccolo then went on to ask, Bulma, did you reach out to them? Sorry, I just can't seem to find that damn device anywhere. No, I'm sure I left it around here somewhere. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Listen, this could get rough without Goku and Vegeta. I get it already, Bulma shouts. Let me just keep on looking. Oh, alright, great, thanks. Still can't get a word to them, huh? Korin asks. Oh no, this is bad. Oh, because based on my own battle, I'd say those 2 Gammas are just about on par with Goku and Vegeta themselves. Hey, how about Son Gohan? You once said that he could be the strongest guy on the planet if he put his mind to it, right? Oh, he's a little useless to us right now. Oh, too bad, he says. And the enemy probably knows more about 17 and 18's exploits from Dr. Hedo's data. And Majin Buu happens to be down for a long nap too right now, so that's bad. Well, then who's left exactly, Korin asks. Oh, you're looking at him, Piccolo responds. Oh, I guess it's up to me. And so, oh, hang on. Maybe Dende can give me what I need, Piccolo says. To which, as we only then make our way back to Bulma, and seeing as to how she was still trying to find the communicator, it was just as Bulma was ravaging through all of her supplies where Bulma went on to comment, oh, how could I lose that thing? Bulma went on to ask herself, damn it. To which upon Bulma's surprise, as her pet T-Rex was now able to find the communicator needed in order to reach out to Whis, we only from that point then, interestingly enough, make our way on over onto Beerus's planet, where there seemed to have been a very intense battle that Whis was very fixated on watching, because despite Whis' staff being shown ringing over and over and over over again, it didn't look as though Whis even had the attention span to turn around and having to even remotely check as to what was going on, because seconds later, with a gigantic explosion now seen, as Whis went on to take flight with his staff being shown getting blown all the way back even further out into the landscape, as with the dust and smoke beginning to settle on in, as we now get to see how Goku was seemingly locked in a very intense battle against another individual, we quickly then see how this individual had managed to stick their arms out in once again firing yet another blast down at Goku, except it had only stand to reason that this individual that Goku was fighting was neither Vegeta or even Lord Beerus, but instead, this individual turned out to be none other than Broly himself, to which upon Goku being shown shielding himself from the gigantic explosion caused by Broly, the very moment Broly was from there shown quickly emerging from the smoke as he looked to attack Goku, was when Broly had looked as though he was fighting with the intention to actually cause harm onto Goku, because unlike what we've seen go down in the movie, here we actually get to see the two engage in a very intense battle, because it looked as though despite Broly's best efforts in doing what he could to tag Goku, Goku had simply proven to be too evasive enough for Broly to even be able to lock onto, because even despite Broly being shown attacking Goku over and over and over again before being shown having to let out a ferocious roar, Broly was able to momentarily find his opening by from that point being shown headbutting Goku directly in the chest, to which was not only done in such a way to where it had created so much force in driving Goku back so much so, but even Goku himself had realized this before having to be shown crashing right into Beerus' home, where Goku was shown quickly stopping himself and circling around the tree and coming right back at Broly with a kick, only to then surprisingly see how Broly was able to in fact actually stop this. But even during the course of this momentary engagement, it did look as though Broly was seemingly struggling in base against a base form Goku, because upon the two now being shown breaking away, unlike in the film where it started off with Broly shown having to power up, it was just upon with Goku now being shown addressing Broly where Goku went on to comment, "Whoa, nice one, you're really getting the hang of this fighting stuff." "Yeah," Broly says, "but it's still tricky. Now you'll get used to it bit by bit. Pretty soon you'll be fighting with a level head without snapping into a rage mode. Well, this time we're gonna kick things up a notch, okay?" With Broly responding, "I'm ready, son Goku." In which with Broly now being shown having to gear himself up and getting ready to do battle with Goku again, it was only right then and there during that moment where Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 92 then comes to a close. Now, this manga chapter without question to me was the absolute best representation of everything that we've seen thus far be translated into the manga from the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, especially now with the extended scenes in seeing Broly actually be shown training with Goku for once, instead of just pandering on away in not showing us what Goku had been up to, what Broly had been up to. Hell, we know what Vegeta's going to be up to since we've seen him meditate in the movie as well. So to see that overall dynamic of Broly and Goku sparring, do I think was a really good addition to the story, because in the movie all of that was cut as we only pan to Broly having to be shown powering up with Goku telling him to relax. So I think it was a really good addition to see Broly actually try his best in hitting Goku, with Goku being shown doing his best to avoid it. And so the same can be said with the battle between Piccolo and Gamma 2, in a sense where if you go back and look at the film from the beginning and you from there go back and taking a look at this chapter definitely extended the early fight between Gamma 2 and Piccolo. And so you can kind of even go as far as to appreciate what's being shown here, because a lot of which that was shown in this particular manga chapter really didn't happen in the film. And I think to me that's a really good thing, considering the fact that you get to kind of extend a lot of the things that fans wanted to see. And so I want to go on ahead now and get your thoughts down in the comment section below about how you guys felt about this manga chapter, beginning with question number 1, and that's on a rating scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being absolute trash and 5 being phenomenal, what would you guys rank Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 92 on a scale of 1 to 5? Question number 2, do you guys believe that to some capacity we are going to be seeing somewhat of an extended battle, perhaps maybe even involving Vegeta and Broly this time in the upcoming chapter? And if you don't think for that to be the case, then do you see it to where Broly is going to be shown powering up just like in the film, only for Goku to calm him down? And lastly, do you guys expect for us to get Ultimate Gohan versus Gamma 1 along with Piccolo versus Gamma 2 in the upcoming manga chapter? Or do you believe that they're just going to cut it a bit short just before that moment ends up happening? Because I have this feeling that at some point we are going to be seeing Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan battle against Cell Max somewhat, maybe sometime around during the summer, and I really do hope that we end up getting more exposition as to what Beast Gohan truly is. Perhaps maybe Goku Gohan ends up explaining that a bit more, and for the power scaling here to align, because we know that the end goal here, at least for Goku, Vegeta, and maybe even Broly, is to have them become as strong as they can possibly be, because their end goal is going to be fighting Black Frieza at some point in Dragon Ball Super. And so unless they plan on getting Beast Gohan and maybe even Orange Piccolo involved, which I do have that feeling that they will, then hopefully enough as this continues, they end up giving us a more thorough explanation behind all of the scaling in this. And to me, by comparison to the previous manga chapters, I would say that I really enjoyed this that much more than the others. And so I want to go ahead and get your feedback down below. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so very much for your time. To where once again, if you also just so happen to be new to this channel and of course love Dragon Ball and anime, then I do encourage you guys to head on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on that bell icon, so that way you guys never miss a single video that is posted onto the channel. On top of giving this video a big fat thumbs up right now by smashing that like button down below, tune back in for more. And with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy guys and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to Unrelent Gaming? Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch. Roshi. Silent Cell. Me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch. Roshi, the fuck? God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell. And we're demonetized. Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.
Yep, you see my sister done joined the yoking club. Shouts out to her. Coming up with her yoking dive mini. Hers is purple, mine is green. It's Team VWC stamp.
So we don't got to, but we could come in and do some volunteer hours if we want to, right? Yeah, if you want to volunteer.
Hey, what the fuck? No, I ain't say that shit.
The fuck are they talking about? If they want to volunteer.
What you need to do is volunteer to shut the fuck up.
Oh, God. Let us goofy ass know, Diane.
So like I said, it's a holiday Monday, and we is off.
Unless you want to volunteer, right?
That's not what the fuck
How
I
the
said.
fuck are your ears long, but you hear wrong? Oh, shit, boy. Look, if they want to volunteer their own time, let them.
I'm not flying up here in the morning to unlock the fucking Hall of Justice just so they dumbass can come and volunteer.
And they are fucking interns. All of their time is volunteered.
Actually, correction, his time is volunteered. I get paid.
Hold on, how the fuck you getting paid and I don't? Fine, I'll do it. I'll come and unlock it. Let me hold your keys.
No, you ain't holding my fucking keys.
What do you mean? Why?
You don't have any fucking pockets.
And what does that have to do with goddamn anything?
You're not putting my keys in your drawers.
What? What are you talking about? I don't put things in my drawers. Yes, you do. And that's why we won't let you borrow shit anymore. Because we're tired of our items being returned. Smelling like some sort of deep space ass. That's some bullshit.
Hey, nigga, you ain't got no pockets?
Hold on, is that why my hairbrush was stank?
What the fuck you doing out here?
I got it back from you and brushed my hair with that. Now my hair smell like dicks from Mars. Smell like Martian Shut dick. Up. You don't know what a Martian dick smells like. You don't know my fucking life? I wear my underwear on the outside of my pants so I can use them as pockets. And they don't touch my dick, my balls, or my anus. All right, Superman, I ain't gonna hold you big, bro. And you know, you like a big brother to me. And this might not be my place to say. But that shit sounds stupid. Get you some pockets, bro. Shut up. You get you some pockets. What you mean? I got pockets. They on my belt.
Don't even try my bro like that. You know we got these designer belts.
How in the fuck is a belt a pocket? The belt's got pockets, bro. These designers.
Man, that broke no pocket having ass.
Well, why don't you change your name to Beltman?
What?
You obviously have more belt powers than bat powers. Change your name to Beltman. It's more
fuck you. I'll change it after you change your name to Stank Dick Draws Man.
I'll change it. Stank Dick Draws Man. Got the S on my chest already. Your name's Beltman now.
I ain't agree to that shit now.
You agreed. Your name's Beltman now. You're Beltman.
Saying that I have a merchandise deal pending, you'll avoid the contract.
Look, just fuck everybody. Is the meeting over?
Oh, shit, I've been gone. I was just calling in, to tell y'all that it was an accident that was backing up traffic, but I'm flying, so, don't matter to me, but for what I'm driving.
Fuck.
Anyway, see y'all Tuesday, Stank Dick Draws Man and Beltman.
Stank Dick Draws Man is worse than Beltman. Hold on, y'all change your names?
Oh, shit, here we go.
That's good, because I've been wanting to change my name. My new name gonna be Seaman. Because I'm a man from the sea. So it's a Seaman. So any bad guys out there, Seaman is gonna be all over you. Seaman's gonna bust you in your face. And I got an army of seamen.
Ain't nobody gonna stop this
So if I call
nigga.
in the troops, we come hard. Villains ain't gonna know what to do, because seamen always gonna be in your face. We come out of the water, splashing your eyes. You gonna get drenched and soaked by semen.
All right, I'm about to head out.
I see you looking at my pee.
Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of Unrelent Gaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the dominoes. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the fucking crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
This is it. This was the moment that we have worked so hard in helping you reach, Goku. You truly are filled with surprises, aren't you? Now use all that you have within you to push through and beat Budo for good. Show him why you belong amongst the best. Show them all on why you are the best of the best. Because this may be the only chance that you will ever get again.
As our story continues, during the middle of Budo's battle against Primal Ultra Instinct Goku, with the two now being shown having to separate prior to engaging, it was only just before the two began to engage once more where Budo went on to point out at Goku by telling him, "I don't think you quite understand the dangers that you are currently in, son Goku. The predicament that you find yourself in here against me isn't going to be what favors you by the end of our fight. Because now that I know what you are trying to do, you are therefore completely left with no other options to use against me, and you know it," Budo says. "And from here on, if you are foolish enough to believe that I am mistaken, then I welcome and challenge you to prove me wrong, and I will show you exactly what it is that I mean. Think you're going to be lucky enough to try that little stunt on me again? I'm starting to wonder," with Goku responding, "Yeah, well, I don't buy it, and so you have no idea what it is that I'm planning on I'm doing here, Budo. It'll take more than head games to shake me here, and so I think you're starting to get a little nervous here. Or maybe, Goku continues, you know that you can't afford to keep me around much longer, which is why you are stalling, is that right? Well, I'm right here if you want to find out, and so if you're looking to end this, then how about we end it then, with Budo responding, if you insist then, mortal, but remember, it'll be your grave, not mine, Budo shouts. As he was only from there on shown having to fire multiple death rays directly at Goku, it was just upon Budo now shown having to do this where the Grand Priest went on to chime in, oh, he's a risk taker, this Goku is. Tell me, was his attitude like this when you trained him? With Whis responding, yes, but only when backed into a corner it was, he says. And I tried to teach Goku about the importance of using his power the right way along with the many methods and chances that he has of winning this against those he faces outside of overpowering them if he can't. Though there was something else that I was able to see come from within, but I'm not quite sure on what happened to it, but in time I hope to see it, with the Grand Priest responding, something more you say? Well, interesting. And with, by the way, he seems to be deflecting Budo's death rays, and it really goes as far as to show his tolerance for pain as well, with Whis responding, well, he is, and I couldn't be more proud to see him push back the way he is, though I only hope that whatever he is planning to do against Budo actually works this time. To which, surprisingly enough, as soon as Budo was now shown stopping midway and getting ready to blast Goku with a different blast, that was when Budo from there went on to then ask Goku, thought you were out of the fire, Saiyan? You better think fast or it'll be your head that goes next. Oh crap, he's switching his fighting tactic on the fly, Goku says. To which, from out of nowhere, the moment Budo was shown firing his blast off, with Goku shown having to barely move out of the way, it was only as with the others watching where Yoshido went on to chime in, oh, he knows now, damn it. Oh, that was close there. Hey, do you guys sense that too? Budo's putting more and more energy into his blasts now. About time, right? With Akuma responding, but at what cost if the Saiyan is going to try and avoid them now? With Goku being shown looking on down by responding, whoa, yeah, it's like I thought he would eventually do. He's putting more and more power into these attacks of his, which means I've got to watch it or I'm a goner. Oh, he's barely leaving any openings for me now because he knows what'll happen if he does, and so I've got to try and stick and move here. But then, it was just upon with Goku now being shown having to sense Budo on the move where Goku went on to then say to himself, Mo, he's on the move and closing in on me fast. Oh, he's picking up speed, to which as soon as Goku was now shown throwing a punch in assuming the position of where Budo was going to be, it was only upon Budo now being shown tricking Goku where Budo went on to then vanish by responding, I knew you'd feel me coming, but were you anticipating me knowing you'd attack me, Saiyan? No, I don't think so, because your eyes weren't quick enough to see me move twice now, were they? Oh, so I see that you're starting to take me a little seriously here, Goku responds. Oh, don't flatter yourself too much there, Saiyan. You're enough to get my blood pumping, but that's all. Uh-oh, Yoshido chimes in. I think Budo's got him now. But then, it was just upon with Goku now being shown surprisingly countering Budo by elbowing him in the stomach, was when Akuma from that point then went on to continue, so of course not, the Saiyan tagged him again. Oh, it's like I said, you need to ground him and not give him space. So, do you still think I'm flattering myself if I knew where you were going to be, Goku asks? To which from that point, as soon as Goku was shown placing his arm down and kicking Budo in the back of the neck, that was when Akuma went on to then continue, oh, this is getting very annoying to watch, especially since we all know that if Budo were to use his full power against the mortal, then there wouldn't be a need to even bear a back and forth like this. He would need to corner the mortal and keep him grounded, but Budo instead continues to give him space to move around in and use. Oh yeah, you hear that, Budo? Yoshido shouts. You're giving him too much freedom down there like Akuma said. Are you sure you don't want to tag one of us in to go in there? And I promise that we won't make fun of you for doing it. Oh, I don't need any of you to help help me against him, Budo says. Alright, Goku, now you've done it. In which the moment Budo had now seen Goku's punch coming and instantaneously now being shown vanishing, it only had now appeared as though that Budo had a plan in using against Goku, as Goku went on to respond, oh darn, I felt that just now. Oh, he's starting to amplify himself more and more. Oh, his issue is that his pride is getting in the way of doing what is necessary for the sake of the battle, Akuma says, versus doing what is necessary for the sake of flexing his ego. And so because of that, now look, he better get his act together out there and fast, he says. In which from out of nowhere, the moment Budo was shown having to reappear behind Goku and kicking him in the ribs, it was just upon with Budo shown having to now take advantage of Goku, where Budo then went on to tell him, what an amateurish mistake. You left yourself wide open, Saiyan. You should worry more about how you will hold on to this fight rather than try and figure out what my next move is going to be. Oh, actually now, as a matter of fact, let's see if you can figure out this one. I'm going to do what you tried to do, Budo shouts, except I'll do it the right way. Round and round we go, mortal. Good luck finding your way out of this one. Now get out of my ring. In which upon Budo now shown having to thrust Goku forward and literally having to now send him crashing through the stage, with even the Grand Priest now acknowledging how nasty this landing was, it was only upon Budo assuming the position of victory, where Budo then went on to continue, yes, that's right, and so out you go. He's gone. Serves that monkey man right after he tried throwing me out by using cheap tactics. It's like I said it would be. You lose, Goku. And so he's good as done, right, Grand Minister? Please do tell me that he's weeping up there with the rest of you following his pathetic loss, with the Grand Priest responding, well, actually, Budo, he's not up here with us. To where lo and behold, as Goku was now shown still in this fight by being shown clutching onto the side of the ring, it was just as Goku was shown continuously fighting for his survival where Yoshida went on to question, hey, what happened? I can't see anything. Where's the Saiyan? What happened to him? Is he dead? Did he survive? Oh, he's still in this battle, Akuma says. He's hanging onto the side of the ring. You stubborn little foolish man, Budo went on to tell Goku. Still refusing to accept your fate despite knowing you can't beat me, huh? Poetic, isn't it, Goku? This should be enough to blow you off the edge and into the void, so now let's see how you try and find your way out of this one. Now get out of my ring! In which upon the very moment with Budo shown having to fire down a barrage of energy blasts yet again, it was only just before these blasts had gone as far as to make impact where Whis went on to then shout, oh no, you must avoid these blasts at all costs, Goku! You cannot place your faith into attempting to tank these head on, especially not now! Aw, damn, come on, now, there, Goku says. To which upon Budo's blast now shown having to rain down all throughout the stage, it was just before Goku was shown getting hit by one of the blasts where Yoshida went on to comment, oh, did he do it? Did he blow the Saiyan into pieces or what? Oh, where's all of that screaming coming from? I can't see. Oh no, the mortal was able to move away in time, Akuma says, but it looks as though Budo was still able to catch him upon his re-entry. Oh, this mortal certainly has experience in battle because he is able to find a way out before the blasts made contact. Oh, not a chance, Goku went on to emerge by shouting, not by a mile, Budo. I thought you said you'd be taking me out. Well, guess what? I'm still here and I'm still standing. So now what are you going to do, Goku questions? If that wasn't your best shot, then come on down and show it to me then. I'm not afraid of you or your power, so now bring it on and let's finish this. Well, it looks like this power-up of yours also did a number in making that mouth of yours run a bit bit more than it should, Saiyan. Yeah, so come and do something to shut it for me then, Goku responds. Whoa, uh-oh, and there they both go, Yoshido chimes in. Oh, everyone brace yourselves. In which seconds later, with both Budo and Primal Ultra Instinct Goku now shown colliding center stage, not only was the entirety of the No Realm shown shaking under the tremendous pressure of this attack, but it also appeared as though the entire ring that both Budo and Goku were fighting on was also shown having to collapse, in which with everything now being shown having to shake under the pressure, that was when the Grand Priest went on to then chime in by responding that this was surely a battle that I couldn't have even dreamed would take place, but if what I suspect is to be taken as true, then this looks to be it, as the spirits of both warriors appear to be burning with the passion and desire to eliminate the other, he says. And I think they both now understand, and so let's see what their next move will be down there, with Akuma responding, and with the stage torn to pieces, this only gives Budo the edge since it limits the Saiyan's mobility in allowing for him to move freely down there without Budo being in his way. Yes, this is your moment, Budo. Finish him off now! If you allow for him to continue to fight any longer, then he will find a way to overtake you by tricking you with his tactics, just like how he tried to do so before. And so this is your chance to crush the fool and be done with it for good, as Whis went on to also respond, "Oh, I'm afraid Akuma is right, Goku, and if there was ever a time to settle this, then now is that time while you're still able to." To which upon both Budo and Goku now shown having to break away and landing on their own separate pieces of floating rock, with the two now also shown having to stabilize themselves before continuing, that was when Takiro went on to add, "Watch closely, this will decide it." Well, really now, is that so, Yoshido questions? Well then, this ought to be one for us to pay attention to, as Budo went on to respond, "Oh, you truly are the most persistent and most stubborn little creature that I had the experience of encountering, Goku. I'm truly convinced by now that you honestly have some kind of a death wish that you are waiting on, but that's neither here or there at this point. So, in honor of this battle that you and I have waged up until now, it's time that I put this all to an end and show you the depths of what I'm truly made of. Up until this very point, my one and only goal was to break both your mind and your body, and to that, I did. However, I never wanted nor had the need to go all out solely because I never needed to, and so now that I see what you're all about after transforming, I think it's time I take the chains off and show you what I'm truly made of. And I doubt that you will have what it takes to stop it. You never stood a chance," with Goku responding, "Wait, seriously? So all of this was only a small fraction of your true power? That's right, you rotten ape of a man, and so since conventional means won't be cutting it, then I'm just going to go back to my original plan and kill you where you stand. And unless you can somehow muster the strength to try and contend with what I'm about to do, then you're as dead as you look, Saiyan. So call it what you will, this little game of ours ends now. So just try and stop me if you want. It won't make a difference," Budo says. To where from that point, as we then see how Budo was in fact actually meaning business by from there being shown powering up, that's when Whis went on to chime in, "Oh no, Goku, it's what I feared would happen. Budo's really looking to go through with his goal of obliterating you for good this time. Oh, since Goku wasn't able to wring Budo out, too much time has been wasted, I'm afraid." "Well, there we go," Akuma responds. "This was what he was supposed to do from the very beginning of all of this. It's about time Budo squashes the little worm and be done with him for good. This is done," as Yoshido went on to lean forward by responding, "Oh yeah, now we're talking. Smash that Saiyan like the little bug that he is, Budo. Hey, you think he's going to use it? You think Budo's going to use his Omega Blaster attack?" To where with Goku now being shown shielding himself and getting the opportunity to experience Budo's power for himself, that was where Goku went on to then comment, "Oh, wow. In all of my years, I never would have thought to face off against someone who had this much raw power that dwelled within them. Wow, he really wasn't bluffing. This is really it. And so if I don't find a way to get around him, then I'm finished. Oh, and if this is what the fifth strongest is made of, then I can only imagine what the other four can do too. Oh, I devoted my entire life into making sure that I had the strength to always fight back," Goku continues, "even if the odds were greatly shown stacked against me, and so time and time again, I always found a way to pull follow through even if it was sudden or within the moment. And though I can see now that Budo is still much stronger than I am even now, I can't let him break what I've worked so hard for to obtain no matter what. They're counting on me. They're all counting on me, Goku continues. And so I can't let my failure be what results in their own destruction. And I do anything and everything to protect them, to fight and protect the world that I call home. You aren't the first, and I'm certainly sure that you won't be the last to stand in the way of what I fight for, Budo, but if I lose to you now, then everything I've worked so hard for would have been for nothing. My family is everything to me, Chi-Chi and Pan. Your purity is what gives me hope, the light that always shines through the darkness. I could never let anything happen to you both, and my boys, Gohan, Goten, you are both my rocks and the path that I fight for you to walk down. You are both what drives me, as well as those who also fight for the same thing on Earth. For those who refuse to back down even when they're at their weakest. I could never let anything happen to my home and those who count on me, Goku says. And so as long as there is air that flows through my body, let this be where I also reveal to you my absolute best, Goku shouts. Everything you are versus everything I am, Budo. To which upon Goku now being shown retaliating by powering up and looking as though he is about to respond in kind to whatever Budo was about to do, it was only as this was shown going on where the Grand Priest went on to then comment, and as I expected, Goku looks to also want to respond here by giving Budo everything he has as well. And it's quite the scene to witness unfold, especially since Budo, let alone any of the other four, have ever encountered immortals such as Goku in their lifetimes before. And so I wonder if whatever Goku is about to do will be what shocks us all, with Whis responding, he seems to be channeling his power and focusing it within his hands. Oh, the Kamehameha perhaps? No, this appears to be something different, with the Grand Priest responding, and I think it is, but will it be enough is the question, Whis. And of course, with the stage torn to shreds, they don't have much of an option here. But so now, before they settle this, tell me, one last time, do you still believe that your students will be able to win? With Whis responding, well, despite knowing what both warriors can do along with their willpower, yes. And I believe that Goku can do this, Whis says, as I don't think that he is without a plan here, so I will be with him all the way through, with Budo shouting, Omega Blaster! Come on now, Goku shouts. This has to work. I knew I should have practiced this with Whis when I had the chance, but now's not the time to panic. Let's see if this doesn't end up killing me in the process. The power of the Dragon Fist merged with the power of the Kamehameha. Please don't let out on me now when I need you. As Yoshido went on to respond, hey, look over there. The Saiyan's also going for something crazy here. And just what the heck is that? With Akuma responding, his body is struggling to adapt, which means that he is likely merging something together in order to create one attack. To which upon Goku now being shown stabilizing his attack, that's when Goku went on to then respond, yes, I got it. Almost there. Come on, full power. And now, Goku, you will learn what it means to know your place in this world, Budo says. You will fail again, with Goku responding, yes, I got it. And now, here we go. I won't fail. Too bad. You lose, Goku. Now die, Saiyan.
Dragon Cannon!
Oh, yeah. Look at the size of those beams down there, Yoshido went on to lean in by shouting. Well, this is it, boys. One of them is bound to give, and I know it'll be the Saiyan. To which upon that very moment, with Goku's White Dragon Cannon attack now shown colliding with Budo's Omega Blaster, this itself had now gone as far as to create a gigantic beam struggle within the world of Void, as the Grand Priest went on to chime in, oh goodness, a white dragon? Well, how truly amazing from them both, but this now looks to be it, Whis. Neither Goku Goku or Budo are willing to let up against the other here, and so this will decide everything. In a matter of moments, one of three outcomes are bound to happen that will decide this battle. The first scenario being if neither of them lay claim to victory and they both have been eliminated from this battle, to which scenario 2, of course, being if Goku is the first to fall after having Budo's power simply be too much for him to bear, nor of course lastly scenario 3, which would be the most surprising of the three, and that is of course to watch Goku actually overpower and wring Budo out for good, he says. Neither way this goes, it'll all come down to this. This was an amazing battle to witness, that much will go unquestioned, but I'm afraid unless Goku is able to overcome what is in front of him right now, then I'm afraid that he will lose, as it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 39 special then comes to a close. Now you can make no mistake about the fact that yes, in the upcoming manga chapter, which is that of manga chapter number 40, you can expect to finally see the conclusion involving both Primal Ultra Instinct Goku and Budo in having to decide on which one of the two are going to be the last one standing, on whether or not if Goku's going to lose or if he's going to win, on top of also seeing Vegeta return back onto Earth and helping our heroes in aiding them against both Cooler and Frieza. I truly cannot wait to show you guys the spectacle that will be of manga chapter number 40, to which again will be premiering first and be made exclusive to all of my Patreon members out there to see. So if you not only want to go on ahead and support the work that we do on this channel, but also gain exclusive access and content first before anybody else, then I do encourage you guys to become a member of my Patreon today. Patreon.com/UnrealEndGaming. The links to that will be located down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well, to which I do want to give a huge thank you and shout out to all of the current existing Patreon members, including all of the new ones that end up joining, because there are so many things that we are doing on Patreon right now that you guys can go on ahead and ask other members and see for yourself. So again, I would like to thank all of you guys so much for your patience, for your time, and for your support, to where once more, if you also happen to be new to this channel, then I do encourage you all to head on over and smash that subscribe button, on top of giving this video a big fat thumbs up right now if you guys are excited for the upcoming manga chapter. Tune back in for more, and with all that being said, I want to thank you all once more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy guys and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to Unrelent Gaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.
Talking out your ass, I'll pop out with this 30 and boomhauer. K-foot main talking about goddamn propane main top out with that gun man go pew 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 pew. That's your fucking brain man. Shotgun go ch ch ch.
Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of Unrelent Gaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the dominoes. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the fucking crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours? Kakarot! Kakarot!
This is everything we've worked extremely hard for, Goku. If there was ever a moment where you had the greatest chance of beating Budo, then that chance is right here, right now. You must not crack under the weight of Budo's power. You have proven to possess the necessary skills to win, so now use everything you have to lay claim of this victory. Do not let this slip through your fingers, Goku, because this will be the only shot you will have in making a true difference.
As our story continues with both Primal Ultra Instinct Goku and Budo now shown locked in a very intense beam struggle, with both warriors shown giving it their all, improving their supremacy over the other and seeing which one of them will emerge victorious, as with the sheer force of both of their attacks now shown destroying the entirety of the stage, it was only as the two were now shown struggling for supremacy where Yoshida went on to chime in, "Whoa, incredible! What an unbelievable display of power! Whoa, you better not let that Saiyan overpower you, Budo. It's bad enough that you gave him this much room to adapt and grow, and so you better blow that mortal away unless you want us to laugh at you for the rest of your days. Oh, listen to me, Goku," Whis went on to shout. "No matter what happens, no matter how intense the pressure may be, do not let him break you, especially not here. Use everything you have and draw forth all of your power to win." God, he's way too strong. Oh, but I'm not going to fail, no matter how much power you have, Goku went on to shout. "I've been here before, and if I could push through and win back then I will push through and win now," with Budo responding, "Look at you, you've completely lost your mind. Do you honestly think that you have what it takes to hold out longer in this than me? What's the matter? Is the force starting to be a little too much for you to bear, son Goku? I can feel you slipping. I can feel your body beginning to crack under the weight of my power," Budo continues. "You may hold out long enough to catch your breath, but it'll only be a matter of time before I overtake you. Yes, you still think I'm lying? Well, here, how's about I give you some more," Budo shouts. "You're finished, Saiyan. You never stood a chance, and you never will, no matter how many of these transformations you undergo. It will never be enough to silence me." To which upon Budo now shown having to use even more power and slightly being shown pushing Goku behind, it was just as Goku was now shown struggling to maintain his composure where Akuma went on to chime in, "That's right, Budo, his entire body is trembling from the weight of your attack, and so now finish the job. The platform beneath him is starting to break, so now do it," with Yoshida responding, "Oh, this is so good. That mortal's body looks like it's about to explode from how tense it is down there. Oh, I can barely sit still over here from all of this excitement. Budo's got his number. Too much? You should have listened when I told you a long time ago, Saiyan. And so you will either fry your body and burn to death or be blown into the void," Budo went on to shout. "But I'll still be kind enough to ask you one more time, Goku. Do you give up? Do you quit? If you accept and give up now, then I will let up and spare you the humiliation. So now what's it going to be?" With the Grand Priest chiming in, it's a very tough call to make here, especially since Budo hasn't already dropped the Saiyan out by now, nor killed or knocked him out. I wonder, with Whis responding, "Don't let the force of this struggle be what breaks you now, Goku. This was the exact reason on why you trained with me. So now push through this pain and overcome his efforts," with Goku responding, You still don't get it, do you? You still aren't able to see beyond your own pride that I would rather accept death and die before I would ever quit and give up in a fight that involves life or death. Yeah, sure, I'm teetering on the edge here, but even if the odds are shown being stacked against me, I will never let that be what breaks me. Not then, and certainly not now, Budo. And so my answer is no. I will not quit. With Budo asking, you what? No. Wait, what's going on with his power? He has more? Fifth strongest in the multiverse or not? Stronger than me or not? I cannot and will not lose! To which, surprisingly enough, with Goku now shown having to exert even more power by pushing Budo back even more, it was only upon Goku now being shown doing this where Yoshido went on to respond, You've got to be kidding me! The Saiyan still has even more power left within him to push Budo back? Are we still allowed to change our bets here? I think I'd want to change mine in favor of this Saiyan now that I'm seeing this, with the Kuma responding, You've lived so much longer than this mortal, Budo, so how is he able to give you this much trouble? Obliterate him like you were supposed to do and stop allowing for him to push back. Hey, look over there, Yoshido responds. He's being pushed towards the edge of the platform that he is on too, and it's breaking. I am amazed to see how both warriors are extremely resilient in their efforts of not falling to the other, and dare I even say, the Grand Priest chimes in, the first time that something like this has ever happened with Budo, as Budo went on to respond, God, just how in the world is this Saiyan able to still conjure up and use this much power? Where is he getting all of this energy from? It's not possible. Yet he's still not willing to quit. But why? What an anomalous creature this Saiyan is. I've never seen a mortal this determined to win, especially not against me, and he won't be the first to do it. I swear it. So you are still able to use a bit more power than I thought you could, but that still won't change the outcome of this battle, Son Goku. Pushing me towards the edge is one thing, but winning is another. And so I have way more power left than you do to continue this, and so you will fail. Do you hear me? You will fail, Goku. You have no chance. I have seen and experienced so many things since I was just a little boy, Goku went on to comment. The friends I've made, the enemies I've faced, the sacrifices I've made, the lessons I've learned. And everything was meant to take me into where I needed to be next, and this here is no different, Budo. But I wouldn't expect for you to understand, especially since you and I couldn't be any more different. But one thing's for certain, and that's you may think you know everything that there is to know about me, and you may think that this is the limit of my power, but you couldn't be any more wrong, Budo. I may not be where you are, but just know that's only because I've yet to get there, Goku continues. Every step I took and every move I made against you was done with purpose. Or are you not starting to see it for yourself, Goku questions? Because the writing was on the wall from the start, with Budo responding, Oh, please, Son Goku, done with purpose? And what purpose was that to be? Nearly getting yourself killed against me in the process? You've lost your mind, warrior. Now close your eyes while I push you over the edge. And here it comes, Takiro went on to say to himself. I knew it. Yeah, am I losing my mind, Budo? Or were you the one to overlook one very important detail that I managed to do during our fight that you've completely forgotten about, Goku questions? Hey, wait a minute, Yoshido says. Look, that ball of energy that the mortal fired before is moving. But of course, Akuma shouts. Why couldn't we see this happen before? Budo! The Saiyan never missed one of his attacks from earlier. That ball of energy was a trap, to which Budo went on to ask, what did you just say? Wait, that ball of light was a trap he placed? Wait a second, he never purposely missed when he shot at me. He strategically placed that there all along. wrong? To which seconds later, to the sudden shock and surprise of everyone watching, as soon as Budo was now being shown getting struck by Goku's ball of light, not only was this attack effective enough in deterring Budo's focus, but it had also appeared as though the platform beneath Budo was beginning to break as Whis went on to shout, "Yes, it was just like when we trained! This is your moment, Goku!" Look there, Yoshido comments, the platform beneath Budo is breaking. Budo, move out of the way now! There's my chance! Full power! To where with Goku now finally being shown unleashing all of his power now onto the surface and drawing forth an even bigger white dragon than how he did before, this in fact had now proven to be the exact opening that Goku had been looking for this entire time, because not only with Goku's gigantic dragon cannon now beginning to overwhelm Budo as the platform beneath him was breaking, but Goku from there on had gone as far as to make sure that he had put everything he possibly had into making sure that Budo was knocked over, to which by the very end, with the platform beneath Budo now shown completely disintegrating, this had only then resulted in Budo's body now shown descending on into the void as Budo went on to shout, "Curse you, Son Goku!" Whoa, what just happened, Yoshido questions? The entire stage is gone. Who won? I can't tell yet, Akuma responds. I don't see Budo, which means... Well played, mortal. Well played, Takira says. In which seconds later, the moment Budo's body was now shown being teleported near the spectator seats, that's when Akuma went on to shout, "Impossible! How could you have fumbled this badly?" But I can't, Yoshido responds. Whoa, what an unbelievably shocking ending, the Grand Priest went on to shout. The fifth strongest in the multiverse, Budo, has hereby officially been eliminated by Son Goku of the 7th via ring out. I really can't believe it, Yoshido comments. He actually won, Akuma says. To where even Budo himself now could not believe the outcome of this battle as Budo went on to question, What did you just say? I lost? He wrung me out? No. He cheated. There's just no possible way. There just can't be. No, I'm afraid it's fair, the Grand Priest says. That attack of his has been looming above your head since you started your battle with Goku, and so it's within the rules. Son Goku looked as though he was waiting for the perfect moment to use that little trick of his, and as a result, he was able to strike your body with enough force to break the ground beneath you, allowing for him to push you out with the full force of his dragon cannon. So therefore, no rules were broken, the Grand Priest continues. And now that your battle with him is over, let me go ahead and fix the stage so that the next fight may begin. You should have been watching, Budo. I'm very surprised that you completely overlooked that. To which it was just upon with the Grand Priest now being shown having to reassemble the stage where Budo went on to respond, "That cannot possibly count as a legitimate victory over me. He took the coward's way out and he knows that he did. I demand a rematch with him immediately. He knew he couldn't submit me or knock me out, let alone kill me in battle, so that shouldn't count." Well, ring outs are of course legal, and so therefore it's the method he decided to use in order to beat you, Budo. But he did not beat me and he knows he couldn't. That's why he resorted to wanting to throw me out instead of fighting me to the death. No, I demand for a redo right now. I will not stand to allow for this to fly. You hear me, Goku? You never beat me and you know it. Accept that you took the coward's way out and accept my rematch right now, you little snake. Well, I'm afraid your request cannot be granted, Budo, the Grand Priest responds. He is within the rules of beating you. No, I will not stand for this nonsense. How could you be proud of what you just did, Budo questions. A true warrior fights their opponent until they die, as Yoshido went on to chime in. Well, face it, Budo, you allowed for the little ape-man to get the better of you, and so you lost. I tried telling you that you should have tagged one of us in to trade places. And you just shut your mouth, Yoshido. Unless you want to try me next, I never needed your help. With Goku responding, I did it. Darn. I can barely feel anything, let alone stand on my feet here, but I can't believe that it worked out in my favor. And here I thought he knew all about that thing while it was hovering up there the entire time. You all saw what happened, and you all know exactly what it is that I am saying is true, Budo went on to continue. So whoever is next to battle him, I demand that you trade your place with me at once. I am not finished with him, and so I am not going to stand for this humiliation. So now whichever one of you is selected to fight him next, I demand for you to swap places with me so that I may kill this Saiyan immediately, with Takira responding, you know very well that none of us are going to agree to those terms of yours, Budo. It's best if you take your place at your throne and watch as the next fight begins. You lost. That fight was on you, with Budo responding, and you expect me to just accept that? He doesn't deserve that victory, and you all know it to be true, damn it, with the Grand Priest responding, well, I hope there isn't a problem here, Budo. We are not going to be arguing with you on this decision. You were eliminated on your own watch via ring out, despite however it may be that it was done. And so, of course, therefore, you are to sit this out and watch as the next fight involving the Saiyan begins. I understand your frustrations, but are you really going to try and challenge me on this decision here? We all saw what just took place down there, the Grand Priest continues, and so I do hope that you understand and watch as the next battle begins, Budo. And so now, a job well done, Saiyan. You truly shattered our outlook on you, the Grand Priest went on to tell Goku. You will hereby remain where you are as you await your next opponent among the 5 strongest in the multiverse. On a technical basis, since managing to ring Budo out, who is the 5th ranking mightiest in the multiverse, this now hereby grants you the technical title of sharing a similar position to Budo after defeating him as the 5th ranking strongest in the multiverse. And it was well earned of you, to say the least, and so congratulations, Son Goku. Now please remain put while I get everything situated with you. As Whis went on to respond, I cannot express to you on how proud I am of this accomplishment, Goku. You exceeded my expectations in this battle and then some. You made me proud, Saiyan. Very good job, with Goku responding, and I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Whis. To where even then, despite Goku's momentary celebration with Whis, it was only from that point here on where we then see how Akuma began to rise up from his throne as the Grand Priest went on to comment, and now then, from here on moving forward, your next opponent will be the 4th ranking strongest in the multiverse, Akuma. Akuma, you may take your leave now and enter onto the stage, with Akuma responding, as expected, I'm going to break that mortal in more ways than he can possibly even begin to imagine. I'll make sure to do what Budo was too prideful to do himself, so this won't take very long. I'm not going to give that Saiyan the freedom that Budo gave him, which drove him into defeat. So this should be a quick battle, with the Grand Priest continuing, once both warriors are in the ring and ready to engage, you will both start on my command and only on my command, and so we will wait as both fighters prepare so that we may begin, with Goku responding, so he's my next opponent, is he? Yeah, that's the weird one who mainly uses magic and all other kinds of mind and reality manipulation abilities. And unlike Budo, it's hard to get a good read on this guy since it almost feels like he's dead, but not really. It's strange, but I've got to watch it. Hey Akuma, Yoshida went on to ask, don't go botching things up like Budo did and put this Saiyan in his place, because if you don't, then I will tag you out. Just wanted to let you know, with Akuma responding, and you think I care about forcing the Saiyan to quit like Budo? I got this, and so you will stay where you are and watch for the time being. In which upon Akuma now shown having to make his way onto the stage, that was where Whis went on to then tell Goku, remember what you learned while training with me, Goku. Each of the 5 are very powerful and extremely dangerous in their own unique ways, and so don't allow yourself to fall victim to any of their tactics. Good luck out there, Goku. Got it. Thanks for the advice, Whis, Goku went on to respond. So, you're my next opponent, huh? Well, I gotta admit, you're a really strange one among the others up there, with Akuma responding, You have quite the support system up there by having Whis cheer you on the way he is. It's very rare to see an angel take up for a mortal in battle, let alone accepting one to train under, but that's as much as I'll give you, Akuma says. I am not Budo, and therefore I am much stronger. You're a lot tougher than we originally gave you credit for, and that was something that Budo foolishly undermined when fighting you. However, now that we were able to see your full power on display, there will be nothing that you can do against me that will work, including tricking me with a hidden attack like you did Budo, with Goku responding, yeah, is that so? Well, I kind of already knew that you'd be a little tricky to take down, and so I guess trying to ring you out may not be what's best since you already saw what I did there against Budo, but even then, I'll find a way. I can't imagine all of the tricks that you're likely hiding up your sleeve there, but if anything, I'm really excited to find out, Goku continues. Well, so as long as they don't kill me, that is, but I think I'll be okay. But if you could just give me a minute here so I can just catch my breath because, well, my body feels like a pile of jelly, and so I don't want to miss my mark here once we start fighting. In which, shockingly enough, before their fight actually began, we only from that point then see how the Grand Priest was beginning to heal Goku as the Grand Priest went on to comment, well, hold on there about that. It wouldn't be right to have you battle against the fourth strongest if you are already depleted of energy, and so I will restore your power back to full strength so that way you both can fight evenly during your battle without you being limited due to the battle you've waged prior. Consider this a preset of sorts, with Goku responding, I'm back to full strength? But wait, wasn't that a part of one of my lifeline perks? With the Grand Priest responding, it was, but I will hereby allow for you to choose one of the three during your battle if you wish to have aid against those whom you fight, which of course that will be the following: a rematch if you were to lose, undoing your defeat as a result, an option to restore yourself back to full power during the course of your fight, and lastly, the option to call forth any warrior as your aid in fighting alongside you during your battle. These are yours to choose from. You may call for any of these, minus of course the rematch perk, at any time if you feel the need to, the Grand Priest continues, and if you choose to do so, then that perk will not be used again later. And so now, if the two of you are ready, you may signal to me if you are, so that way we can begin. Any last words that either of you have for the other? With Akuma responding, you should strongly consider using everything in your arsenal to stop me early on, Saiyan, because what you are about to experience with me are only things that you will find in your deepest, darkest nightmares, Akuma says. A puny monkey man such as yourself could never understand, but you're about to, with Goku responding, yeah, well, even though I don't really know what to expect to come from you since you operate differently than Budo, whatever it may be that you have waiting for me, I'm ready, Akuma. It's an honor nonetheless to be in here with you all, and so I'm ready whenever you are to do this, with the Grand Priest responding, wonderful, and now then, fighters, on my signal, Saiyan Warrior Goku from the 7th universe and 4th ranking strongest in the multiverse Akuma, if you are ready, then let the second round in the tournament of the strongest in the multiverse begin! To which all the while in the meantime, as this was shown going on, when then making our way back on over to Earth, with Android 18 shown collapsing right before Orange Piccolo and Android 17, that was when Orange Piccolo went on to tell 17, oh, curse them both! She won't make it unless we do something to help her, 17. But with Cooler there watching over us, we'd be walking into our graves if we try and grab her. Aw, damn that monster, 17 responds. We've still got to try or she'll bleed out if we don't do anything to help her. Oh, trust me, Frieza says. The two of you aren't going to be doing anything unless you want your dear old pink friend here to suffer a similar fate as to that of the android. You just stay put. We'll be getting to the both of you shortly after we squeeze whatever we can out of those two first. So now then, are we through with the Saiyan, Cooler? Frieza asks, with Cooler responding, this one is as good as dead to me anyways. It's a shame that you were this stubborn in refusing to give us the information that me and Frieza had been looking for, but this is the price that you will have to pay then. Now start with your head and cut my way down until you are completely sliced in half, Cooler says. Goodbye, mighty Super Saiyan. But then, it was only to the sudden shock and surprise of everyone there, where it was from out of nowhere where Vegeta was now shown having to make his way onto Earth by punching Cooler in the face by shouting, I don't think so, with Orange Piccolo chiming in, can it really be? It is! Vegeta's here! Vegeta, it's really you, Gohan says. But where did you just come from? I owe you one for that. Thank you, but where's my dad? You're alone? With Vegeta responding, you can thank me later. Kakarot isn't here at the moment, and so I'll be taking it from here. I knew there was something going on with you, and I was right to have kept my eye on you when I first felt your power, Vegeta says. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Frieza? And I can already see that much has changed, but just like you, much has changed with me as well. As a very irritated Frieza went on to respond, Vegeta. Well, I'm surprised to see you come here all by yourself without the aid of your other little monkey friend to help you. Interesting that you'd mentioned that Goku isn't here at the moment. Then just where exactly could he be if he isn't here with you then? Either way, I'm glad that you're here because this at least will give us the chance to wipe away one of the two that we're looking for. And so now that you're here, Vegeta, why don't we catch up with one another and see these changes be brought forth then, because I can promise you that we have much to show you, as it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 40 special then comes to a close. Now this is it, with Goku now finally advancing on forward in battling the next contestant, which is that of Akuma. Goku's original idea was to use that ball of energy as a means of being the distraction that he needed for Budo in order to ring him out, because this entire time while everybody else assumed that Goku simply had piss poor aim, Goku instead was playing 4D chess with Budo in keeping that little ball of energy intact in the sky until he needed it, to which now the ultimate question then remains, will Goku have what it takes now in order to defeat the 4th strongest, on top of now seeing Vegeta make his presence known by saving Beast Gohan on Earth, in which all of this and so much more will be made available in the upcoming manga chapter, which is that of manga chapter number 41, which will of course be made exclusively available to all of my Patreon members first to see. So if you not only want to go ahead and support the channel, but also gain exclusive access, sneak peeks, and tons of more content before anybody else, then I do encourage you all to become a member of my Patreon today, patreon.com/unrealendgaming. The links to that will be located down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well, because as things are now beginning to ramp up, I can only promise you that things are going to get even more chaotic moving forward, and so to that, I cannot wait to show you guys what is about to happen next. So again, thank you all so much for watching, thank you all so much for your support, to where once more, if you also just so happen to be new to this channel and of course love Dragon Ball, then I do encourage you all to head on over and smash that subscribe button, on top of giving this video a big fat thumbs up right now by smashing that like button down below. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy everybody and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to Unrelent Gaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my